Hi, so Baby Audio reached out to me and asked me if I would like to review their BA-1 synthesizer plugin. And I had a look at it and thought, okay, what is this? What can I bring to the table? There are already tons of videos about it online, and people explain how it works, and people are checking out all the presets and preset packs. So my idea here is to look at it in terms of sound design and how can I use this to create my own sounds. Because if you have a look at the BA-1, it's loosely based on a Yamaha CS1 from the 80s, and it has this very clear layout. So it's almost like a Juno over here, where you have the oscillators, then the filter and the envelope, and then down here you have one LFO, a sidechain, which is kind of special. We'll come back to that, and some effects. And that's it. There's no second layers, no menu. So it's very hands-on in that regard. So I thought, yeah, let's use this to create some sounds and see what we can come up with. And sound design with the mouse is not that much fun. So my idea today is to use my Nord lead as a kind of premium MIDI controller to control the BA-1. It's pretty simple. There's just a MIDI learn function inside the plugin, and you can map any knob to any parameter here. And many of the parameters are very clear. You can, of course, use the filter and the envelope. But of course, the Nord doesn't have exactly the same parameters as the BA-1, so that's why I'm going to use some tape to change the labels here. So now we have almost everything here. So this is the amp envelope. I changed these to delay and reverb controls. Here's my drive. Here's the dark and bright tone controls. This is the chorus. There's sidechain control, and yeah, I mapped the LFO amount to the mod wheel. I think that makes more sense. Then there's of course the speed, and yeah, we have this FM control, which there's also an FM control on the Nord, and pulse width speed. I couldn't find a way to map the waveform controls. I don't know, it doesn't work. But here we go. Let's start. So if we go to initialize, we have this sound, and I can really control it from my hardware synth. Let's add some delay. And some reverb. Oh, nice. Okay, so this chorus is very modulated. But it's nice. I have to use the mouse to turn on key tracking for the filter. Okay, yeah, nice. Let's add some drive. Okay, it's a lot of drive. There's two flavors of drive, circuit and overdrive. Okay, this is overdrive. It's more like I don't know. So I'm not sure if the drive is if I'm a big fan of the drive, but that's one of the important things here. It's a synth which has built-in effects. We don't have to use them. If I want to have my, I don't know, Sound Toys Decapitator or Ableton Saturation or Overdrive plugins, I can of course use them, and I can use exactly the sounds or the effects that I want. Same is true for the reverb. I mean, this reverb, it's more like a chorus, so it's a super modulated reverb, which can be cool. But I think it's a good thing that the reverb inside of this plugin is kind of special. I mean, it's kind of lo-fi retro type of reverb, which makes sense. But if I want to use any other type of reverb, it's right there in my hand. I mean, I can turn it down, and I can turn up the send here for my standard Valhalla reverb. Turn it back down, turn this one back up. It's a different flavor, and in this case, I really like the internal reverb here. Let's use the LFO. So I've mapped I said it before, I mapped the LFO amount to the mod wheel here, and it's mapped to the filter. Maybe it's time for the chorus now. Let's hear. This makes me play cheesy 80s music. I don't know if that's intended, but it's fun. There's one more thing I haven't tried, which is the battery fader. Yeah, this adds some more vintage wobble. Okay, I'm doing a review about a synth plugin. I haven't even touched the oscillator section, so everything we've heard so far is just one saw wave. So let's go back to the initialized sound and change this to triangle. I can add a second oscillator with maybe a second triangle, and I can of course detune the second one. Let's give this a really slow envelope. Don't know where I want to go with the sound. Let's try this FM thing. Oh, okay. Okay, in this case, maybe just turn a little bit. At chorus, let's drain the battery a little. I'm always looking for texture in these type of sounds. I mean, I like it. It's kind of, it has some movement. There's a lot of things going on with the sound. It's probably mainly based on the effects. But that's cool. Now let's add the sidechain. Cool. Nice. I like that. This video is sponsored by Baby Audio, and if you're interested in the BA-1, you can of course go to their website and buy it. It's $99. You'll find it really easily. The link to the website is below this video. But they have this new model, which is not a subscription model. It's a subscribe to own model. They call it the plugin collection plan. And I think it's a good idea. You pay $14.99 a month and you can use all the plugins from Baby Audio and Denise Audio. And after 6 months, you can choose one license and you will get a perpetual, one product, and you will get a perpetual license for this product. So for example, for BA-1, and $14.99 times 6, that's $89.94. So that's even cheaper than buying it right away. If you're interested in BA-1, that might be a cool way to purchase it. We are all not big fans of subscriptions. And it's even a bad word for me to pronounce. We are not fan of subscriptions. But this might be like the nicer sibling of the classic subscription model. Yeah. Baby Audio plugin collection plan. Go check it out. Let's do a pad. Let's try pulse width modulation. And oops. Add in the second oscillator with okay, let's add the chorus. Okay. Let's add reverb. Let's drain the battery. Nice. It's fun to play around with this. I'm just like that. I'm not having a look at any of the presets. Use a MIDI controller, use a simple interface, and just program some sounds. All right, and now just for the fun of it, let's do a quick comparison to the Juno 106, which is over here. I'm not saying that this sounds the same, but the layout is kind of similar. And if I go to the Juno, one thing about this vintage synth is that you sit down and it often inspires you to create sounds. So this is just a saw wave and the filter. Yeah, nothing else actually. And let's do the same thing here. Just a saw wave and the filter. And we're not trying to make this sound the same. I'm saying this again and again. But let's see where this takes me if I just sit here and think, what can I do? Well, let's turn the filter down even more and add some envelope. Or add the sub oscillator. This is a sound I think I could do the same thing over here. I added the sub oscillator, which is, well, we don't have a sub oscillator, but we have a second oscillator. Added something like that. I add the there's more sub oscillator. But then I would of course add the chorus to my Juno. And this happens. And I can add the chorus here. There it is. And I'm saying it one more time. This is not trying to emulate the chorus of the Juno 106. There are Juno 106 plugin clones and you could use them. But this is a different type of chorus. And now I can go further. Now the Juno is basically, this is a great sound and I would use it like this and maybe add some effects later. But on the BA-1 I can just continue and drain the battery a little. And add some of this reverb, which adds like more chorus. Okay, that's it. So we're at the end of the video. Baby Audio BA-1. Check it out on their website. There's also a trial version, or you can use the subscribe to own payment model, which is really fair. And yeah, I think it's a nice little synth. Make it into a hardware unit, Baby Audio, like this. That would be neat. Thanks. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe and like, and see you next time. Bye.